Teammate got the passengers on board. Look at all the sleeping on that we endured. Trevor got his foot to the floor of the M3. Cam looking like a fellow dad with the big jeans. Daytona beast behind the scenes. Y'all know party is not kidding, I'm serious. I'd like to welcome y'all to a no-look experience. From here on out, gotta put some respect on the name. They must have seen we up like they checking the score to the game. Hold up, let me open up the first, grab a Bud Light.
We're not opening yet. That's the thing.
Hey, open it right now. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Little episode something.
42.
42 of them things.
Episode 42. Welcome back, everybody, to the No Look Passengers. Don't sit. Call Wit. Shout out to Wit's Bell Bonds. Shout out to Mud Brothers. Shout out to Eddie's Pizza.
Come on.
Shout out to Daytona Beats. Shout out to Kong.
Kong Beer Bong.
Yo. Shout out to him.
We
But
putting that
anyways.
thing to a very good use.
Every time.
We're back. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
What's Cam looking up right now?
He's on Reddit, bro. I get nervous whenever he's on here. I don't know what's about to happen.
I'm on r/Joe Rogan, and it was a meme about the Katt Williams episode.
So the Katt Williams
We got
episode
it.
was a little crazy.
We're only a minute, 30 seconds in. Let's, let's wait.
So don't,
You know,
don't,
let's
bust,
get-
don't bust the whole load
Nah,
yet.
let's get a couple minutes in, so we don't get all the way clipped. How was everybody's day? It's Friday.
It was
It
raining
is
and
Friday.
hailing all day.
Thank God it's Friday.
It's
Yeah.
technically like my Thursday.
Sucks, man. I know that feeling, man.
Yeah.
And it was a long Thursday.
It's been some
Dude.
long weeks lately. But
I don't know.
y'all were out there working in the rain today. And I know
Today
about
sucked.
that.
The weather this whole week has been just.
I woke up this morning, looked outside, and said, "Eh."
We
It
had
was-
2 days of like 70 degrees, nice outside,
Yep.
and then straight to hail and sleet, like
Bro, I was driving to work this morning and
It's
like
the end times, man.
flooding.
sleet was just hitting my window. I was like, bro, this is crazy. It's March.
My favorite joke for the old white people today was, remember last week when it was summertime?
That North Carolina weather, right?
They all loved it, dude.
I was like, I thought it was spring yesterday.
It's the end times, boys.
I always like a good old person conversations, man.
the end of the
You can always hit them
world.
with the weather.
Mhm.
They're in tune with it.
When
'Cause
I
if
don't
you
know
don't
what
know-
to talk about with somebody, it's always, man, this weather.
Well, that's the thing. An old person gonna look at you and be like, yeah, well, tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna give you the forecast.
He already read the almanac.
Because he's on the almanac. He's watched the 5 a.m. news, the 6 a.m. news.
He knows the gravitational pull of the moon.
He went to eat, breakfast for the 7, but he came back for the 8 and 9, and then The Price is Right came on. So,
He's
Yo,
updated it until at least 9 a.m.
Old people-
he's good.
You guys ever go to Hardee's in the morning?
Yeah,
That's like the old people hang. Bro, it's like an old people club in there.
they
You go there
love that.
before
Oh,
7
they,
o'clock.
they all squat out somewhere.
Speaking of Hardee's, this week I actually went to Hardee's in the morning and got a biscuit, bro. And shout out to Matt's mom.
Yo, shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Matt.
shout
shout
out
out to
Matt,
Matt's
yeah.
mom. I ordered the sausage biscuit, and then she gave me the super sausage biscuit. You know
Allegedly.
what I'm saying, with the two pieces.
That
of
double
sausage.
decker,
Yeah,
man.
I was
Come
like,
on.
oh. I was like, thank you.
That's tight.
I didn't need it until I knew I needed it. You know what I'm saying? It was great. And they have a new fried egg now. It ain't like it's like a real egg.
Like a real fried egg, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Matt walked up to me this morning at the day job, and he was like,
Matt. Oh, yeah.
and
I was like, we talking about two different people.
he walked up to me at the day job, and he was like, what the fuck was that on your Instagram story? Because yesterday on my private story, I posted.
You've been sharing some shit, man.
I posted when she jorking your pingus and you're low key locked in RN or some shit. And it was
What
just
about
like
the
a
Willy
Lego
Wonka?
Ninjago dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, what was that on your story, bro? And I was like, I don't know, I thought it was funny. He was like, I just want to know why I'm on your close friends if that's what you're gonna fucking post. I was like,
Bro,
Well,
I
he
low
wants
key
you to
thought the
post
same thing.
OnlyFans?
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? But I was like, man, maybe
Hey.
maybe he's going through something.
I love
know.
it.
Well,
love
I
it
don't
too.
want to share that to the
Everybody.
masses.
I
I don't
understand.
want to share that with
understand.
everybody.
I understood
Jorking your pingus.
Yeah.
I understood the paywall.
It's one of those.
You know,
It's just like one of those really memeable things, like you would see on like.
Did you see the one I posted today?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Willy Wonka one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was talking to Matt earlier, and it's another Matt.
All right, then.
We're
Cool.
gonna start a
Sorry,
new
Cam.
segment on the podcast called Party Mike's Lukewarm Jokes.
Welcome back.
Nah, just kidding. man.
Party Mike is
that was
a
mean, I
certified
apologize.
fool.
Yeah,
My
telling
bad,
me I
bro.
got some mid jokes.
Also in the news, my girls got me playing this new game on the phone, bro. It's one of the New York Times games. It's called Connections.
What's that talking about?
It's like they give you like 12 words, and then you gotta pick 4 or you gotta pick 3 that are in the same
We
category.
know you a wordsmith.
Oh, I am, bro. I'm killing this shit.
Yo,
That's
did
what
you
I'm
ever
saying.
play
I'm on a streak.
Sudoku?
No, that's numbers, brother.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't
wait.
fucking know. I'm too stupid to know that.
I did
But
play
I've been-
Sudoku though.
I've been
That
doing
shit's fire
Wordle
with
and
the buttons.
Connections.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
every day for
Crossword
the past 4
puzzles.
days.
That's you remember being like hooked on games like that, like
Yeah.
Nah.
computer
No,
games. Or
I feel like that's good for the brain though.
Yeah,
At
and
least
then I come in
Absolutely,
here
yeah,
and I be
you sharpening that
Talking
that
my
skill
shit.
will.
Hit me with a word. What you got?
Can't
Bodacious.
put him on the spot because he gonna get us one.
No, I feel
eventually.
you, man. You know that was a pretty cumbersome question. So,
name every word right now, bro.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh, you're a wordsmith. Name every word.
Exactly.
no, I've been on my reading tip, man. I actually,
Yeah, I walked in the office the other day and you were sitting there just reading. I was like,
What
it couldn't be me.
What a fucking
I actually been
cornball.
reading like in the morning, like before work, waiting on them to get done and whatever. I'd be reading it. I don't know. I just finished. I'm almost done with a book. I say I just finished, but
What book?
I'll finish today. It's called Cage Kings. It's about the UFC.
That's right. You told me about that.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty interesting. You know,
The
y'all
most
ain't-
recent book I read was called Pen Pals. It was
What's-
a horror. It was a horror novel.
Did you jump when you read it?
Yeah, that's how that works.
that was a good one.
As soon as I opened the page,
Yeah, I've never read a scary book. How does that read?
me neither,
Like, how does
really.
it feel? Is
Is it just like suspenseful?
Does it give you eerie?
it's a lot of suspense.
Well, I
and
feel
it's
like
a lot of
the
like
reason-
grotesque detail.
I started to say that's the question I really wanted to ask because I feel like you can't see it. And
Yeah, so they have to go into so much
You
detail
have to visualize
to
it.
make you feel it.
And then what's even crazier about reading, which is one thing I like about reading, is like
Reading really
You
makes
ha-
you feel like you're there.
Yo,
that
shout out to
and-
reading.
well, you have to imagine it. So like when you read it, you get a different image of like whatever thing he's talking about that's horrific and whatever.
Yeah, it feels
And
like
then Party Mike would get a different one, you know, like mine would be water, you know.
a lot of media's. I feel like reading is different in that sense, where it's like we could all read the same thing and feel 4 different ways about it.
Yeah.
Well, like whenever I read, I do this weird thing where, like, I guess if you're reading about a character, you gotta make them up in your head.
Yeah.
You know, if I just say I'm reading a damn Harry Potter book, I'm putting the glasses on Party Mike. He's Harry Potter while I'm reading. You know what I'm saying? Like weird. Like you gotta like make the character in
Who
your
would
mind.
I be, man?
I mean, you gotta be Ron Weasley.
I set it up, man.
Come on, man.
You know,
That's
but
a long shot.
You know he done heard that.
All right, now, but who's Cameron?
Cameron's Neville, Neville Longbottom.
Damn, that's
he did
crazy.
you dirty, man.
I would give him like
At least give him
Hagrid.
Snape.
Give him Hagrid, bro.
That's even more.
Nah, man.
Yeah, man.
No, but
He a very important character.
you guys
That's what
do
I'm
that.
He's a
though?
great guy, dude.
I'll tell you the
Yeah.
funniest one we read of. Let's see, what do we read in school? Is it of Mice and Men?
Wait, I was about to say
Yo,
that, dude.
we read that. Look, he's about to look it up. He's a big, slow country dude. Look,
Yeah, this book was kind of like, I don't know why they made us read this, but
it was kind of weird.
it was weird.
Damn.
It was a
And
weird one.
Wasn't there like a slur in this book?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or some shit?
I'm
And,
sure.
like,
Yeah.
I remember in English class, we like, who's reading it? Everybody's like, they're about to say it,
I
dude.
think my teacher just read it. Like,
I think we was doing popcorn reading.
she volunteered.
Bro, did y'all
Uh,
ever see the movie Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, who was in that movie?
It's about the 4 little kids.
that find the dead body.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Classic movie.
Great
I don't-
movie,
I
yeah.
don't think I've seen it.
Bro. Gotta
I
watch
watched
that
it.
shit.
I watched it
We'll
about
have
a
to
month
sit down and
ago.
watch that shit one day.
I think it was on either HBO Max or Netflix, and I watched it again, bro. Great movie.
You remember the part where it's like the pie eating competition? Or
Yeah,
contest?
yeah. The
And
kid
it's like,
imagine.
lard ass.
Yeah.
It's that lard ass. Lard ass.
Lord. Yeah,
No, I've
bro.
never
That's
seen
me. Like in my
And
mind.
that's just like such a random part. It's like not even like important to like the rest of the movie. It's just
What
like
was the
random.
thing though? Like the main character liked to write short stories or whatever, and like that was his thing.
Mhm.
Like his parents were like haters
Did you guys watch?
because his brother was like the football star who died.
Never seen it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a
right,
classic.
yeah.
You gotta watch it.
Have you guys watched Euphoria?
Yeah,
No, I refuse.
And the dude, Fez, the dude that actually passed away
yeah,
in the
dude.
show,
Yeah.
he was like, there was a cool part in that where he was talking about "Stand by Me." It's pretty cool.
I mean,
That's
why
random
do
as
you not
fuck,
like
but-
that show, Cam? Or why do you refuse to watch it?
Because I'm not a 17-year-old female.
I mean, I don't even know. Look,
Thanks, man.
I was dating a girl at the time who got me to watch it, and I kind of got hooked.
Sure, I'll give you that.
And I'll say this:
I was watching it with Party Wife.
And I'm not going out of my way as a grown ass man and being like,
I would have never
"Ooh,
done
that
it.
new Euphoria
it
came
on?
out."
But listen,
HBO.
bro, listen.
Okay. You got an HBO, man?
Here's the
We
reason
did
why
for a
you should
minute. I
watch
think we
it.
canceled
Run that shit up on the TV,
I got him.
man.
I got him. Here's the reason why you should watch it.
You run that
You
shit
get
up on
to
the
Yeah,
see-
TV.
Trev got that shit.
You get to see Sydney Sweeney titties in that show.
I think I've seen that on Twitter.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. They're in there, and she might be the hottest girl on earth right now.
I think
That
I
River
think
Phoenix
I've seen
kid.
it on Twitter.
Is Joaquin Phoenix's brother that passed
Kiefer
away.
Sutherland.
Yeah, so that dude's. Yeah,
No,
you
it's
know
it's
that
a great
shit
movie,
probably.
dude. Stand by Me.
Oh,
You
that's
guys ain't
old.
watching, you know, it's-
1986.
Dude, they walk across the railroad
movie,
tracks
dude.
to find the dead body. You probably heard of it.
I really haven't. None of this makes
Dude.
sense.
Even
We gonna
Family
sit
Guy
down and
made a
watch that.
spin off of this, dude.
This is one of
I'm
those
down.
movies that like made me a man. I feel like
Is it sad at the end?
Nah.
I don't remember the end.
No, it's like
A
liberating.
little
Like
bit.
they like got some neighborhood bullies, like the older brothers and shit. And they like find the dead body first. Apparently they're looking for a dead body.
Kiefer Sutherland was in what show?
He's-
48.
Was he Batman?
Wasn't
Nah.
Batman.
I'm thinking
But
of
he was
somebody
also
else.
in The Lone Survivor, which was pretty good. Did y'all watch that?
Great movie.
I don't think so.
No, it's a TV show.
He definitely didn't watch that shit.
For one thing, there's a great movie called Lone Survivor about.
A sniper, I think. Yeah.
No, it's not Sniper.
Cap.
Oh.
It's Lone Survivor. It's the same person that plays.
You thinking of
Sniper,
Soul Survivor
Mark
by Akon and
Wahlberg.
Young
Yeah,
Jeezy?
yeah, yeah.
It's a real story.
I think you're right. But
About
but what
the-
I'm talking about
I
is,
know I'm right because I've watched that movie
excuse
more
me.
than once.
Excuse me.
I believe you, man. I believe you, Trevor. Put the gun down, man.
Designated survivor. That was my fault. I
See, man,
apologize.
fuck this
I apologize. I apologize.
guy. Making me
Wrong.
look stupid out here.
Wrong name. But that show is about like he works in the government and he's appointed as the designated survivor where like there's a meeting of all the political figures and worst case scenario something happens, everyone dies. He's the leader of the country. And what do you know it?
It happens.
Worst case scenario happens.
Every time.
Capitol building blows up.
Mm-hmm.
He becomes new president and he's got to figure out what happened, but it gets pretty deep and whatever.
Let me tell you
pretty
something
good.
about this guy right here. He's never seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah, we
No,
just
I haven't.
discovered that a little bit ago, and
Is that
just-
crazy?
I want to. I don't know.
Wasn't it ranked like the best show ever?
I want you to watch it, dude, because it's
I
so
think
so good.
I would do anything to be in his shoes, though.
To be able to like go
To
and
be able to
watch
watch
it
it
if
for
you
the
want
first
to.
time, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I started
But
like
you got to
the
be in a
first
place
episode,
to want to like stay on it.
but like,
It's a good show. Obviously.
I never continued watching.
I don't know.
it.
My thing is like it's not slow.
Mm-mm.
It's not a slow. It's not like
Better
man,
Call Saul is a little
Better
bit
Call
slower.
Saul is super slow. It's
Yeah.
hard to watch the first season, bro.
Yeah. I mean, if you've never watched Breaking Bad, for sure. Like, I don't even know if you click on that
It's
show.
about
if
like
you never
selling
watched Breaking
drugs,
Bad.
right? He like cooks meth or something.
Breaking Bad, yeah.
Yeah, the whole premise is he's a high school chemistry teacher that
I've
finds
seen
out
it. The
that he has
bald dude.
cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets cancer.
So then he's like, what am I gonna do
Yeah,
to make
just
as much money?
Underrated
Tell
actor.
me what happened, so I ain't gonna
until
watch
that
it.
show.
No, this is literally just the plot.
All right, so
I've seen a lot of like
that he dies.
the memes and stuff on like Twitter and
For one thing, the Walter
all
White
that stuff.
memes are
Don't we have one of
hilarious.
these things up
Every
here?
time.
No, where's
In the kitchen, yeah.
yeah. So
Same
I
as
know
the
it.
Kobe thing.
I see it. You know what I'm saying? I understand it, but I just never
My
watched
favorite
it.
ones are like the memes of him on the flip phone, and it's like in the show where he's got to do some really big like sketchy deal, but his wife's having that baby. And he's no,
Yeah.
not now. And it's like him on the phone, dude. This shit's funny.
And then y'all showed me the one clip of the dude having a panic attack.
Oh yeah. His
But-
brother-in-law, who's a DEA agent. Yeah,
Oh, Hank.
Hank. Yeah. Yep. Good show. You should watch it. And if you like you said, you started it, you didn't finish. You gotta. I mean, get 3 episodes in, you'll be hooked.
Dude, Bryan Cranston is like
Insane.
an awesome actor, dude.
Nobody
the-
knew
like,
until that show.
From Malcolm in the Middle,
That's the
dude.
Jesse dude, right?
No.
it's
Walter
no.
White.
He's a good actor too, but
He's
like
from Malcolm in the Middle. He's the dad.
the dad.
I don't know if you watched that.
He's the main character of Breaking Bad. The bald guy,
Oh, that guy.
Walter White,
Okay,
Heisenberg.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
bro, you gotta watch that
Heisenberg.
show.
Nah.
But him and Jesse Pinkman off that
Nah,
show. I forget his name.
it's on Netflix, right?
Should be.
It is.
I
It
think-
is. It's a Netflix original show, I believe.
No, it was
It was
on
on
TV, right?
AMC.
It was on AMC.
Yeah,
but
because it was part of the wave.
I
like,
think Netflix bought
which
it.
came out
permanently.
first, that or Walking Dead?
That came out first, but it was like the same.
Yeah, I
time
remember
period.
seeing those on like what's that channel it used to be on TV?
AMC.
AMC. Yeah.
I think Netflix must have like bought it permanently because it's never been on anything else. It's always been
It's
on
all.
Netflix.
It has always been on Netflix.
Yeah.
Either that or they got a partnership with
Yeah,
AMC.
they definitely are cashing in on that show.
It's so crazy to see.
My name
like,
is Walter Hartwell White.
I love it.
401 a regular lane or
How
whatever.
do they
it is.
calculate like? How do you think they make money off of that shit?
I mean, it's kind of like
It's
the
probably
same
like
thing as like
streams.
music
Yeah.
streams.
You think so though?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it started out as that for that
I think
show,
it's
but
like
I think the Netflix.
I think it's like a flat rate. I think it's like a contract thing. Like we'll
I can
give
see
I
you-
mean,
that too.
I think that the
Yeah.
actors get paid a certain amount to be in the show, and they know that, and then it gets put on there. But then I think like the streaming service, like Netflix, pays the people who made it by like streams and stuff. Because I mean, what
Look
if you
that
made
up.
a
See if you can look
Netflix
that up.
original and it didn't go off? Like, what if
There's
you
a
didn't
lot
make a
of those.
Stranger Things? And it happens.
But I think it's more of like we'll give you, so many millions of dollars for,
it definitely is
5
like that for
years.
movies.
and then they bust the big total down off of whatever the percentages the actors.
I mean,
sign
it
on
could
the
work like
contract.
that, but I think it's like streaming.
And it's licenses. That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know.
Well, if you go on Netflix, there's a lot of things that have a little logo.
It's weird.
It was made for Netflix. Like
I actually
Netflix
watched,
paid to have it made. Think of Netflix as like a studio. Think
That's
of them
like-
as
that's
like
It's
the
like
original.
Warner Brothers or something.
That's
or
the
Warner
Netflix
Brothers,
DreamWorks or
Yeah, just
yeah,
Sony. Think of them like that. Disney.
yeah.
Netflix is basically one of those now.
But like the
Oh no,
biggest
for
one.
sure. Because I mean, it's
One
a
of the biggest
publicly
ones.
traded company and shit.
People were like blown away by his acting. By the way,
I guess you gotta watch it because I mean, it didn't.
Well, he went from that. He went from
Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle dad to that.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, come on.
I mean, that's pretty impressive to not
Well-
get stuck in the same character forever.
Exactly.
I
But
mean, but the thing is
now
that, like,
is
nobody
he
knew.
forever Walter White?
Oh, I mean,
He
I don't-
has another
Yes and
show
no.
on. I forget what streaming.
I don't think he's
service
forever
it is.
Walter White. I think
where he's
that
like
he
a
proved
judge
himself.
or something like that.
I think he
But
proved
it's not as
himself so
big.
well on this that people were like, okay, sure, that's probably most likely going to be his most famous character, but he can definitely do more. And he can. He's got
I
crazy
know I've seen him
range.
in other stuff. But
Probably.
Was he in movies or just TV shows?
I mean,
He's been in a lot of stuff.
yeah. You probably just don't even realize it.
Yeah, probably not. Family Guy, El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. They have movies.
Yeah. So that was like the
about Jesse Pinkman.
about what happened after the show ended.
It was
okay.
pretty good.
I feel
And then
like he
and
does
then
a
it
lot
went
of
into Better
directing.
Call Saul. Or
Wait,
no?
hold on, Cam. What'd you say?
I didn't like El Camino.
Really?
Better Call Saul is. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a prequel
Okay.
to Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like what his lawyer was doing before he became his lawyer. It's like him becoming a lawyer, doing all that stuff.
So it
Okay,
wasn't
okay,
in like
okay.
too much more that was like
Big time. No.
yeah.
That's
But-
fire.
I mean,
but those
I don't-
were big enough to keep him like
He don't got to do nothing
good,
else.
like straight.
This was ranked like the best TV show of all time.
I mean, yeah. I like if you look up popularity, bro, it's probably
He's definitely directed a lot of stuff. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm glad he got to do it.
no.
Yeah, his birthday's
For
next
sure.
week.
I
Shout
might
out
go
to
home
him,
and
man.
start watching that again.
Shout out Brian Cranston.
Such a good show.
May
him
turn
and-
it on and watch it. I'm off this weekend.
Him and Jesse Pinkman from the show.
Binge a couple episodes.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Ball.
He's a good actor.
They got a tequila company together,
Oh, that's fire.
and I bought one of the shirts, but it's like too damn small. But
Nah,
it's,
but he's like
mezcal or something like that.
yeah. He's like mega famous in like the modeling world and stuff now, like modeling for clothing companies and all kinds of stuff. Like
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
yeah, bro, like he blew up big because of this. And like I think we saw him before it probably in some things, but like after this, nah, he took off. And it's funny because he's like the typical like white guy that sells drugs.
He got a bunch of movies off of this, right? I know Need for Speed. Westworld. Y'all ever watch Westworld?
I tried.
You got me onto that.
It's hard to watch, dude.
Well, it's really hard to comprehend.
It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Brenton got me onto that a long time ago.
I enjoyed that. That was pretty fire.
Okay.
I could see you liking that, but
Uh,
you got me onto that a long time
it ends
ago.
crazy, and I don't think it ever ended. I just don't think they ever shot another episode, which was nuts. But the whole concept of that was wild. Which, you know, it goes into like the AI conversation stuff that's like going on now. But
Should we get into that?
all right, so this. Hold on. See, you see how it kind of starts? Explain this, Cameron. What's going on? What you got us watching right now?
So, old boy acting reckless at a rave found out real quick. There's this video I saw on Reddit earlier this week. It's like two dudes at like a EDM bass show, and
Weird.
looks
They
like
dressed up
a
crazy.
smaller dude, and I'll call him small dude, big dude. Small dude is like trying to like push and like start a mosh,
Mosh, yeah.
but big dude isn't fucking having it, so he just like turns around and elbows him in the fucking mouth. But Trevor said big dude was the asshole here.
I mean, personally, I think.
Play it one more time.
That's what I
Run
think.
that back.
Cause like, okay, no. Billy's got a good point, bro. Because
It starts off
the
where,
first
like,
frame is like he's like confronting him already.
kinda, or he's like, "Hey, start the video. One of the two."
Yeah, but there's no way that bow was fake.
Yeah,
No,
he really
but-
got the bow to the
No,
mouth.
I'm not saying that.
to the
But
gorilla.
people have done wilder things for content.
True.
Why you looking at me? I ain't done nothing for content.
Anyway, you see, and then it's just like a perfect slow mo video. Like you got to film that shit in slow mo, right?
Like I feel like frame one, he's telling him to chill out.
and then
Like
everyone's
I feel like
laughing
frame one,
around
he's like
him, you know what I'm
hey,
saying?
bro, stop. Like stop doing that shit.
Facts.
And then,
Whoever's girl that is at the end
probably
was like laughing about it.
well, I think you don't get enough time to realize. Like
So
everyone doesn't realize that
okay,
he just
okay.
got dropped.
Here's
when-
another one too. You notice girl in the red. That's obviously big dude's girlfriend.
That's big dude's girl. Yeah.
And that's what little dude's trying to do,
Yeah.
for sure.
Trying to do what?
You can just see, watch, like, that's got to be where it started. Like, he tried to holler at the girl or something, and now he's like, okay, well, then let's mosh. I'll elbow you in the back then. Let me get away. Oops. Bam! John Jones elbow to the nose. It's a filthy elbow.
Damn, Joe Rogan should have pulled up with the mic. Y'all seen those memes of Joe Rogan?
Yeah, yeah,
Somebody's
where it's
like
like
knocked
the
out.
mic
It's all
and it's like-
blurry. It's the first thing you see after you got knocked out.
Yeah.
It's a good segue, bro. Speaking of Joe Rogan,
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Fuck this.
So he was Spotify exclusive, right? Cam?
No.
I mean, if the deal's up, the deal's up.
No.
I'm just saying we called the shit.
Yeah,
We did talk about
100%
this a couple episodes ago.
100% did. Yeah, we did. 100. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Katt Williams, Joe Rogan, long awaited, I would say.
Love that.
Is that him racing?
In the
Dude,
racing
he's on
simulator.
the race simulator, and he does a thing where he like lays back, and he's like, "I'm gonna show you how
Bro,
to really do
he's
this."
really handling the shit. He's going in.
Yeah, he looks like he's fighting the wheel.
Wait till he leans back. That shit funny.
This is funny. I haven't seen this.
Oh, dude, this is funny.
You know he's following that line, doing just like we would do at
On the
the
PS5.
PlayStation. Yeah,
But you guys watched the whole interview, right?
I haven't watched any of it.
Most of it, yes.
I watched the whole thing
Came out today or yesterday?
yesterday.
Look at him, and he's still killing it.
He leaned back. He's
Yeah.
one arm in it, dude.
One arm in it. That's fire.
That simulator's very, very realistic. So
Oh, you could tell it's like throwing him around like crazy.
Yeah. That's fire.
Cat Williams.
We got to
dude.
get one of those.
they expensive.
Facts.
I got a homie
Soon
with
come.
one of them. They're like, I mean, like a cheap one is like $10K. That one's probably $100 for sure.
It ain't nothing to me, man.
That Party Mike money coming in
Yeah, soon come.
Soon come.
soon come.
But the episode, man, I would say I seen it pop up. I was like, oh shit, Katt Williams on Joe Rogan. This will be good. I seen it was 3 hours. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a
It's
good
gonna
one.
be really good. Yeah.
Gonna be a really good one.
So wait, he interviewed with Shannon Sharp, right?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
that was
thinking
like
he
the
was
first
already on
one.
Joe
So
Rogan,
he
but it
was
was
on-
Shannon Sharp.
He was on Club Shay Shay
Okay.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something.
been
like
a
that.
while
And
now.
And that's
Like a
when he
month
talked
ago,
all
yeah.
that crazy stuff,
Yeah.
like
That-
might
yeah.
be true stuff.
He
That's
was
when
like
started
spilling
going
the
in on
tea.
Kevin Hart.
The Diddy.
I mean,
All
he
the
kind of
people.
He did say did he like to party on that, and that's why he didn't rock with
Put
him.
him in a dress.
Yeah.
But I don't know, did he?
Stop it.
Feel me?
Katt Williams was Joe Rogan's first episode back on YouTube.
Which is
First full
iconic.
episode,
Allegedly.
which is crazy.
For one, being
It's a
Katt Williams
smart
on
move.
Joe Rogan.
Smart
Super
move.
smart.
He's been on Apple for since he announced
Spotify.
a deal. Apple.
Oh,
No, I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
since he announced a deal, he's been back on Apple. He's
So
been,
he has not
he-
been on Apple.
Not until recently, like whenever they announced that deal, and he's been, audio everywhere else. We talked about it actually. It was
Yeah.
like the video exclusive. When
We said he was going to go
That's
back.
right,
when
to
we
yeah.
YouTube.
called it, I'm pretty sure actually. I don't want to.
We said he was going to go back to YouTube.
but I said it's probably gonna be some video deal type shit where Spotify has exclusive to the first, and then maybe a day later. But I guess he was just keeping it in the tuck, and then he came out with Katt Williams because he knew it would go crazy.
Bro,
I mean, Katt
Maybe.
Williams.
I don't
What do
think
you
Joe
mean?
Rogan's that kind of guy.
I think he is because
Everybody's that kind of guy.
I don't know, bro.
And
Like
Katt
the
Williams
it
just
just
did-
so happens.
look
I
up
think that
look
it's
up
just-
Club Shay Shay real quick.
I think that it happened like
It's like
perfectly
70 mil right now.
because like Katt Williams talked about Joe Rogan and how he's never been on there and like how Joe Rogan didn't mess with him and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden he's back on. I think it just happens to be at the right time, dude. Honestly.
No shot. There's no shot.
I really
on it.
think so. I really
You
think
get-
so.
Go back
You get
real
a
quick.
60
You was on it.
million. You get a 60 million view video 1 month ago,
And Joe Rogan watched
Williams,
it.
And Katt Williams is like, explain to me why I've never been on the Joe Rogan podcast.
And Joe Rogan was like, "Well, we got to get him on."
no shit.
He
Just
literally
so
tweeted
happens to
that
be
day.
when the Spotify shit's up.
No,
That's
You know
what I'm
he's been
saying. I think
plotting
that
on
that
that.
is a coincidence, bro. 'cause
I don't think
don't-
it's a coincidence.
think none
Joe
of it is.
Rogan ain't no clout chaser like that. I don't think.
No, because
but I think
literally
Joe
the
Rogan
day.
plans ahead for like when something like this
I mean,
happens.
I would say it's planned a
Hold
little
on
bit, but
one
like,
second. Literally the day this came out, Joe Rogan tweeted and said, "I love Katt." Like quote tweeted the video of Katt Williams dissing him or whatever.
yeah, he didn't diss
Said-
him, but
I love Katt. Would love to talk. Would love to have him on the show anytime. Katt's been on a tour. Realistically, all conspiracy shit aside, he's probably in Texas right now on his comedy tour, and it just happened to link up. Or they did it a while ago and he just dropped it today. One of the two. But
I would really love to know. I would really
Were they
love
not talking
to know.
about like stuff going on like
so this goes back
this
to my
time?
point.
Not really.
No.
I seen it pop up.
They don't talk about anything current.
I seen it pop up. I was like, oh, they're gonna talk 3 hours. They're gonna talk everything I thought they would talk about. I mean, anything, like from comedy to the Shannon Sharp interview to the fighting.
Did they not talk about it?
No, dude. They talked about all kinds of
It was
conspiracies.
3
and, like,
hours. It was 3 hours of like the two highest people you've ever met in your life,
dude,
coming together on a conspiracy.
I wouldn't.
theory.
I wouldn't
every
even say
clip of Joe
personally.
Rogan, when it would cut to him, he was just like,
The best part, he was like, Katt, is that weed talking?
yeah.
And then he later, Jamie pulls up something that proves Katt's point, and he was like, I don't know, Joseph, is it weed talking? He called him Joseph like twice, and I was like, "Damn."
Personally,
It was a great episode.
Personally, I enjoyed it. Like
Oh,
all the
yeah.
conspiracy stuff, like they just go. You know, like
They're just talking
you
like
really
we
gotta.
are.
I finished it, and like I told Cameron, I finished it, and literally I got to the end of it, and I was like, "What? What the fuck?"
They're talking
did I
about
just-
human cloning.
What
and
did
all
I
kinds
just
of
watch?
shit.
Like, but there's an overarching theme in the whole thing of like, I think the kind of the thing that starts it off is like Katt Williams kind of saying that like science proves religion, no matter which, and that's kind of what they talk about throughout the whole thing is like, no matter what book or religion you follow, no one argues these certain points that can be proven by all this stuff. Like
It was a lot about that.
the
type of
biggest thing
stuff.
to me is like, or not the biggest thing, but an interesting thing was like, how did all these ancient people who we perceive to be, you know, not as intelligent as
Like
us now, you know,
the typical
we would say,
throwing stones, like carving on the cave wall.
yeah, how did all these carvings and all these, you know, how did they know that Jupiter had rings and Mars was the red planet and the Earth set where it did and Venus set where it did and it was all in a line?
They
and
were
the
talking
sun,
about how
the sun looked
civilization
the way it did and like,
they were talking about how like civilization has been more advanced than it is now, or the pyramids have been, you know, they weren't created by human beings because it wasn't possible, especially if we go by like what they described human beings to be as at the time. So like it was like weird shit that you hear a lot on Joe Rogan, but it was from Katt Williams, which in my opinion, I think that what it did for Katt Williams is it showed us that he's a more complex thinker than what people would perceive him to be.
I think that's what Club Shay Shay did to him.
Yeah,
I think
for
that's
sure.
what
This one-
he's been doing on every interview.
this one
If it
was
goes
like-
back to, you can go back to when y'all ever seen him talk about the ladies dissing him. This is way back, where she says something and he just calmly is like says something about his hair. He has a perm in, and he's like, "You would love to run your gnarled fingers through my hair," and like he just deals it like. I think he's always been on that.
No, he definitely has.
It's
but
just
people-
you
this
see
people
it a
really
lot
know
more
it,
when he
bro.
goes on Club Shay
This
Say
is
and
3
gets
hours, bro,
60 million.
of Katt Williams speaking in fucking riddles, and he sounds like a fucking prophet, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling
Like, I
you,
can't
like,
keep up
he's
with
a
this shit.
Riddler,
Y'all know
dude.
how I feel about conspiracy theories. Y'all know how I feel about JRE. I listened to the whole thing, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
And the
this
whole
was my,
time, I was just like,
what?
what the fuck?
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. This was my jam. Like I,
Nah,
I
for
was,
real.
I was
I
into
can see
this.
it being y'all.
I was
like,
into this
is
because
y'all's
like I don't
thing.
know. I was telling Trevor, and he's like, "No, you didn't." But I have the way I believe is like I can't not believe in God. Like,
Same.
all this stuff, the way it works, like together in
Yeah,
one.
that's what he was saying, bro.
There's no way that I cannot believe in that.
It's like he was saying, one of the really good quotes was, there's no way, or this isn't a quote, this isn't a direct quote, but the premise of what he was saying was, there's no way there wasn't a creator when we have wheat that we feed to the cows
Yeah.
that we know how to eat.
And then like
Like, there's no way that everything
then the
is
cow's
so connected.
stomach produces a certain gas that's essential for the greenhouse
trees,
gases
yeah.
in the trees, and how like the bees, if we lose the bees, like humans will be fucked.
I'll say
know,
it
like-
again, bro. I think that what it did is it showed us that I think a lot of people when Katt Williams came out on Shannon Sharp, they were calling bullshit. I think this kind of showed that his mind is complex enough to, for one, not go on something that big and lie, and two, it shows us that he's a pretty he's a complex individual. I think a lot of people didn't think that about him because he's like the comedian that says wild shit. Like his most favorite thing was when he was talking shit about Michael Jackson, and people were like, "Oh hell no," you know. Like I think this really showed us like he probably wasn't lying on Shannon Sharp.
I don't think it's probably about it. Anything probably about it. This is great too, bro.
Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is one of the best TMZ.
I'm
things
telling
I've
you,
ever
bro.
seen.
He's always been on this. This is not new.
Hey, so have you heard from Suge?
Yes.
How's he holding up?
Well, first of all, I was there that night. I was with Suge.
Oh, you were with him. Okay. Do you have any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So when he comes out of sedation, I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. And if nobody shot him, that's the same person that shot Malcolm X too. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it? Certainly doesn't bother me.
So
Shout outs to the nobodies of the
you're
world.
predicting this is going to be a...
Like
He got a point.
He's been on this, bro. Like,
Yeah.
And the thing about him is that he, in his story, he explains that he was on his own from a very young age because he wasn't trying to adhere to what his parents believed in and all this sort of thing.
well, he
So,
talks
like,
about it too.
He did. He talked about it.
Like
and
in the Joe Rogan, he says that like he.
Imagine your brain from 22 to however old you are now, being able to think on its own without any sort of influence. Imagine that being from a very young age.
Well,
like
he
that's
said
Katt Williams.
he wasn't allowed to watch TV, or he didn't have the internet, but he read like 8 hours a day. He would read.
What did he say? He read 500,000 books by the time he was like 8 or something.
There's some crazy shit like
yeah,
that.
he said that's all he did was read. He said he would read a 250-page book in an hour.
He would check out like 100 books a week, or 20 books a week, or
It was
something
like the
like
max
that.
is like 20 books a week. So
And I believe him.
And like
I
I mean the
believe
way he
him.
talks and like the knowledge of everything. I think the best part of it though is when he starts talking about the emerald tablet, which I knew a little bit about. And even if you think about it, bro, like he says in the interview talking about, I think Rogan actually responds to it and is like, well, it's like in Hollywood, propaganda is a big thing. If in order to make movies about certain things, you have to stay within the boundaries and work with certain people and do certain shit. If you look about it, or if you think about it, bro, that Indiana Jones movie was all about the special tablet that possesses power, who is like you know what I'm saying? Like they made a movie, like they touched the subject or whatever. But it's like, anyway, the Emerald Scroll shit is crazy.
And it's well, Joe Rogan has a whole episode about that with another guy who's
No,
like
he didn't
obsessed
know
with it.
about the Emerald Scroll.
I might be thinking of the skulls, not scroll.
Yeah, this is like a tablet of like you gotta go watch it.
it
You
was
know
cool
what I'm saying?
seeing Katt Williams bring up some like deep stuff that Joe Rogan didn't know about. Like
Yeah.
some deep
Because
conspiracy
he usually
stuff.
knows about all that stuff.
Now I will say.
Well, I mean, you gotta think. I think like especially with some of the Hollywood behind the scenes stuff and about
He's been
putting
deep in that.
putting on the dress, like he's been in it way more than Joe Rogan. Like Joe Rogan's big in podcasts, but Katt Williams really did that comedy shit. Like he really was Hollywood.
You're comparing their like comedy careers.
No. I'm talking about like Hollywood career. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I think
for
Joe
sure.
Rogan didn't like
he didn't go that route.
he kind of seen it was like.
Well, he talked about his Fear Factor stuff and how
I'm trying to think how to
hated it as a
phrase it.
job.
Like I'm not saying he wasn't as big in Hollywood or whatever, but
he
like
wasn't.
he
He
wasn't.
wasn't.
But
Fear
I feel like
Factor.
Katt Williams, like I feel like they both had a vision at like, okay, this is like weird and freaky. But I feel like Katt Williams was so much bigger that his view of the weird and freaky shit was on a whole different level.
I agree with that.
You
Well,
know,
another
like-
thing I really liked that he said, there's never been a billionaire that didn't want to have a weird island
Yeah,
because they're all fucked up.
Yeah.
They're all weird, bro.
Well, they were talking about why they are because they can't like be around normal people and
yeah.
like they were talking about what's his name, Microsoft guy,
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. They were talking about Bill Gates and how they have like these opinions that don't resonate with regular people. It's like how could they? They don't get to spend time around regular people. They can't, or they wouldn't be in the position that they were.
That's a fact.
You know, like
I haven't watched a Joe Rogan in a minute. I've been kind of waiting to see how the YouTube stuff went, all this and that. As a podcast host, Joe Rogan had to agree with what Katt was saying, whether he believed him or not. So what I'm worried about is I'm worried all the Joe Rogan bros are going to be like, yo, this Katt Williams shit is the truth, bro. Even Joe Rogan said it was the truth.
The Joe Brogans.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't want to ride the wave, but a lot of the stuff is kind of like the shit that I've picked out of like, okay, this makes sense. Like this makes sense, you know, like
it kind of goes back to what I said about him. Like I don't think he strategically dropped this. I might be right or wrong, but like I don't think that Joe Rogan sells out to shit. No
well,
matter
thinking
what.
about it now, I mean, like, they didn't talk about anything current, recent. Like,
No.
it may have been, like, right after the Shay Shay thing, like, hey, come, let's just get high and talk for an hour and a half.
I think it's because Katt Williams
And then-
mentioned that.
You know, I don't really pay guests, but here's what I'll do. I'm going back to YouTube.
This will be my
This
first one.
this is super alleged, you know what I'm saying? But as a businessman, I don't think he sells out, but I think he's a good businessman.
For sure.
And why would you not be like, hey, Katt, you're hot right now. You know, fly over here. Let's do this episode.
I agree with that.
You'll be the first one I drop on YouTube. We'll split it 50-50 because this new deal, I own all my shit.
I could see that. I could
You know,
see
like,
that. I definitely
as a
think he's a good
businessman, I think
businessman.
that would be a great move. And I totally pulled that out of my ass. But
No, I can
You
agree
know,
with that. I think I agree with that. I was just saying
I read
don't.
this book about the UFC and their business strategy and how they went
How
from
long-
a dirt company to a $10 billion industry. I learned some stuff.
How long has Joe Rogan known when his shit was going to end?
The day he signed it.
Okay, then. So I don't think that he thought in his mind at that time, I'm going to put out a Katt Williams interview.
No, but a month ago, as the time
That's
was
what I
ticking,
mean.
a month ago, as the time was ticking down, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, this is when it's."
I could see. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
The caption, dude.
I don't know where we're looking.
It said
That's
Katt
me
Williams
trying to
reading
take
20
in.
books a week.
He's scooping up the knowledge and putting it in his brain.
That's crazy.
Look, in order to be an artist, a comedian, a rapper, a singer, whatever it is, I think that you have to take like a high
Shane Gillis
input
posted up
of
with Steph Curry.
terminology, right? Like you
Mhm.
got like you got to read something. You got to listen to something. I believe him when he says that he read that many books.
Well, I mean, he even said he was reading books that were like so hard for him to understand.
He had to
would-
read them multiple times.
No, he would have a book and then like
A book to understand what the book was talking about.
an encyclopedia and a book to understand what the book was talking about.
I could believe that.
And- But it was a fire episode to me. I gotta run it back though and watch it again because
I'm gonna
even
watch it
me,
again tonight.
even me like championing it and being like, oh, it was fire. After it was over, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I've said it a 100 times on the fucking pod, but I'm just. That's crazy. I'm not the conspiracy guy. So 3 hours of conspiracy theories was like, cool.
It's just weird to me. Like you don't have to be a conspiracy guy, but they gotta be entertaining, right?
I mean, do you not think about like shit like that though?
He doesn't for one because he said that, but like
No, I do. That's the thing. I do think about shit like this, but
he doesn't
that
believe it.
entire 3 hours, the conspiracy side of it is so far above us that it
But-
will never ever matter.
I mean,
But
just
don't
take
you
the
wanna try to
conspiracy
comprehend
side
it?
It's
out
like
of
not
it.
even
It
worth
just,
worrying about.
Exactly.
Just take the
worry
conspiracy side
about it.
out of it and the Joe Rogan and
That's
Katt
cap.
Williams. How do you think this?
Cap.
What is your ideology on how the planets are aligned and why they are the way they
It's a
are?
very broad question, but
No, just keep it there. Like, why? What do you think of the solar system? Like,
It don't fucking matter.
but what do you think about it? Like,
What do you mean? What do I think?
what are
about
your
it?
thoughts on
It's
it? Like, if
there.
you
Yeah, it's. Is it like? It's so far away. I will never be
so
close.
you question it. You don't know. You don't. It's like you don't
We
think
just
it's
know
there.
a basic understanding of it,
I agree. It blows my
and
mind.
that's it. But there's so much to think about with it.
If I sat here and tried to explain to you all my thoughts on space.
All I'm saying, bro, before we cut off, it's like, do you just not like to think about like?
Hate fucking thinking, dude.
Nah, I mean,
My mind wanders, and I think about it.
just
Every
anything.
now and
It
then.
doesn't even have to be like space or the world or just.
You don't
like,
even gotta
anything.
believe in it. It's just fun to wonder or to think or to like.
You never
scenario
walked
in your
outside
mind
and just looked up in the sky and
all
like,
the time, especially when it's warm outside.
and then just your mind just goes like.
Like,
Yeah,
look at all that
absolutely, yeah.
shit up there. You look up, you see stars and like planes flying.
Especially if
everywhere.
you're in a place with like no light pollution.
Yeah.
When it's real dark outside and you look up at the sky,
Like at my house, there's
it's like
really no street lights, so like
Nah.
that's what it is. It's like
you ain't seen nothing until you've been out on the lake in the middle of the night and look up and see it, bro.
I'll never see it, but I've been on the Parkway.
That-
Probably
I mean,
better.
Close,
You
close.
know.
I
yeah,
don't
way
think
up
it's
on the
same.
parkway, high
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
and you're right up there in it.
I mean, that's a
It's
good
like-
one since I can't get them on a boat. I guess we'll do that this summer.
I like that.
Yeah,
You know,
we'll do that.
We can go get some car shots at nighttime.
I'm trying to get these boys in on the car stuff.
Yeah, Trevor's about to buy me an M3.
He's gonna get me an M2 competition.
Hey man,
Come on,
you ain't had to do
leather
that.
seats.
Cameron's getting a G80 E.
I just want the Hellcat Durango, bro.
You was talking about your dream car, a Hellcat Durango.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
bro. I had a friend. I got a friend. He's a cop. The one I was telling you about the other day, and he said he had one of the Durangos,
Narc.
and it was. Come on, man. He said it was so uncomfortable to drive.
Really?
Yeah.
I like a Tahoe, man. I think I want just like a big Tahoe. Like a
I want to
big
ride in the
SUV.
back of a big Tahoe. I don't want to drive one.
That would probably be what I mean, I like the Hellcat.
Have a-
I think I would rather get the Trackhawk though.
The Trackhawk's like double the price. You know?
Yeah, you know.
Hey man, but they be scamming for them, so you got it.
You know.
Yeah, I've seen people getting called out like at the gas station, pulled up and saying it's a fake Hellcat because they slapped the Hellcat sticker.
Oh
on the
yeah,
side.
all the it's no different than
He's like,
someone
"No, it's
putting an
not
M
fake, man."
badge on their non-M car.
Yeah.
Same shit. You
Yeah.
you fool idiots, but you don't fool the real people. You know.
But if you got all the M logos, it's
Look,
pretty much an M car.
This what this says: 700 horsepower minivan.
Fuck you for that.
That's exactly what it is.
You just don't need that much in a.
Why not?
That's the
That-
thing, though.
that-
Like
that's
you,
the thing,
You,
why
like
not?
we
Yeah.
live in the times where we can just have it.
Yeah, dude.
No,
like,
that's
why
true.
not?
Like, do
Why
we
not?
need it? Fuck no.
No, nobody needs it.
But a 700 horsepower minivan.
You don't need a
Hell
500
yeah.
horsepower car. You don't need a
No.
you don't need a 400. You don't need a 300. 180 will do you just fine in today's times. But like, why not?
I mean, I get it.
It's
you
like
know.
having a superpower, dude.
I just.
It really is, dude. Having a fast car is like being a superhero.
You
Trevor's got a fast car.
You're getting on the interstate and that damn transfer truck's just cruising in the slow lane, and you're like, nah, fuck this guy. Whoa, just flinging by him.
And these Durangos, bro, you can womp them. They sound good too.
Can't about to be
I think-
whomping them.
I would just want,
It's a
if I really got
supercharged
bread,
V8.
I would just get like a basic ass new car, like a truck, and then I would get like I think I would be like a low rider classic guy, you know. Like,
I mean, if you got all the money in the
can you
world,
paint
sure, but
something, spoke something out?
if you
Yeah.
drive all these cars,
Like what kind of truck?
Just probably like I would
Tacoma.
A little Ford or something?
I would probably
Raptor?
get a Raptor, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Raptors are hard, dude.
Yeah.
I'd probably get like the Raptor, and then like
People think I like only
Trevor
BMWs.
got me on the BMWs. I'd probably get like a little M3 to drive around with him.
People think I only like the M cars. You're wrong. It's
Actually,
just
no,
like,
that's a lie. I would
if
get
I had
an
the
AMG.
money, I would have all kinds of shit. It's just with the money I make and being able to pick out of all of them, I like M cars.
Yeah, facts. If I had bread, I would go AMG.
If I had bread, I'd do all of them.
If I get bread, I'm buying an 82 Mercedes.
It's a fact.
I mean, you'll be able to buy one of them, another one of them,
Two
whatever
of
you
them.
want. You know what I'm saying?
2 of them.
I mean, I could afford an AMG, but like,
Look, Jeep Trackhawk 0
I
to
ain't with it.
150.
I ain't with it. They don't have a cool community behind them.
Yeah, there's not really a Trackhawk community, is there?
I mean, there is, but it's like
They're all-
scammers and card swipers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like weird. But I was talking about AMG. Like, there's no community behind it.
What about Juice? AMG Juice?
Well, he has both. So
That's insane,
Nobody's
dude.
denying that AMGs.
I would
are
never
dope.
want to go 150
I know
miles an hour
one
in
of
a
the
car.
store owners where I work at, he has like a brand new AMG SUV.
Yeah, the GLE.
Fire.
It looks crazy, dude.
Nah, they're super cool.
I like the new X6s, dude.
Oh, the X5 and the X6 are the fastest SUVs on the planet. So
Those them
faster
bitches
than
is
Urus
raw.
is, faster than any of the AMGs.
Not the Urus.
Yeah, faster than all of it.
Lamborghini Mercy.
Well, I mean, there's
Oh,
videos of the new
okay.
M8 just destroying an Aventador, like in a race.
I could see it.
It's like they're the best fast cars for the money, bro. Like some of these cars are spending like barely over $100,000. You're gonna outrun it. Like a M8, 140 grand, and you're outrunning a $400,000 Aventador. Like,
But it's also crazy that Honda be making cars the same thing. Like
I'm-
F1 cars, like
oh
you know
yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure,
Like,
yeah, dude. I mean, Honda
they
makes some
have
crazy
the,
shit.
They have the capability. To
If
do
I
the
had
same
money,
thing.
I'd have a Type R right now, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah,
I
Type
like
R's are
those.
cool.
I would have all kinds of stuff. What I'm saying is like being in the
You
cars.
could get a Type R.
No, I could, but I couldn't own a Type R and the M3.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
tried to buy the M2 with the M3.
True.
Didn't work out.
They wouldn't make you have a cosign for a Honda.
They wouldn't, but I'm not gonna do it.
Bro,
Facts.
is there like a top of the line, like, I don't know, like minivan, I guess, like for like higher than like Mercedes and BMW? I keep
Yeah,
saying,
bro.
like,
the Hellcat Durango.
but like
he
a
means
real,
an
like,
actual
but a real
minivan.
minivan.
I mean, like,
The
well, what is a
Mystery
real
Machine.
minivan though?
They're all
I mean,
real.
just like a classic looking minivan. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, I don't think they make high-end
Today's-
minivans.
they need to.
well, they're made for.
If
a
I get
certain
real
purpose.
bread, I'm buying a Lamborghini.
Well, that, yeah, like
minivan.
Trevor's saying, they're made for single
hauling
moms.
kids. They're made for hauling kids.
A
They
Chrysler
don't want to put
Sienna.
nice stuff in a minivan that's gonna get Kool-Aid poured on it. Like,
Like a Chrysler. I was trying.
and
to
they
beat the
do make
case.
nice minivans. Like you can get higher trims and everything, and a new minivan, a modern minivan is really nice. But they don't put the top quality stuff in them because, like I said, your kid's gonna be in the back pouring Kool-Aid on the shit. It's made
Yeah,
for
like
a certain
Rolls
purpose.
Royce isn't gonna make a minivan.
You
a town
can
and
fit your
country.
kids in the back of it, but if they pour some
They're
red
missing the whole
Kool-Aid,
demographic, man. That's all I'm saying.
Who? Wait, no. Who's the demographic?
Cool dads, dude.
You gonna go get a Rolls Royce minivan?
Absolutely.
dads
if I
that
got
drop
bread
their
like
album
that,
and get 400 million streams on one song.
put up in a Rolls Royce minivan.
When Truman shit his pants and puke in the floor.
Hey,
He got
I
it.
have somebody clean that out, man.
You know, buff it out.
Can't even argue
Everything
with that.
buffs, man.
It'll buff out.
Boys, this is about my bedtime.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Yeah, some of
We'll get outta
some
here.
of y'all got to work on a Saturday, man.
So not most of us though. Anyway, episode 42, man. We out of here.
Deuces.